What's up, Ty?
Yo, what's the deal? What's the deal?
What's poppin'?
You know the vibes, man. You know the vibes.
All right, we got questions for you again.
Hey, I'm here, man.
We're always talking your ear off with our questions.
Yeah.
All right, so they say between 70% and 95% of traders lose money. Why do so many fail?
So that is a really dope question, and let's address it. So the reason a lot of traders fail, number one, is the mentality. And I always tell the students that I deal with, I say, hey, listen, when you come in the market, you cannot be afraid to lose money. That's the first thing, right? And people have this scarcity type of mindset. They come in with FOMO. They come in really trying to just flip really quick. And that's what stops a lot of people, a lot of traders, a lot of really beginner type, individuals from graduating to that next level. It's just the risk factor, right? And with the risk factor, yes, you can be on the wrong side of the market, obviously. So I would say get some sort of education, go grab a mentor, do what you can to be well educated about the subject that you want to embark upon, and that will, take them to the next level to become profitable. You feel me? Shit.
Okay. So then, what's the biggest psychological upgrade you made that changed the game for you?
So for me, it was kind of like I traded like a process. So it was just gradual increases, time in the market. I started off back testing, and then I noticed, okay, these are historical events that have already happened. What happens if I front test the strategy and just put the money up, right? So put the money up, start taking the risk, and that was the change for me. Being able to take the risk, being able to really just get out of my own way, right? And take the quantum leap and go. And to kind of piggyback from the first question and then interject that first question into what we are talking about now. So a lot of new traders, they come in the game and they have various reasons as to why they're here. If you don't have a strong enough why, you're not even going to stay. You're going to either, take a few hits and say, okay, this is not for me. Or what you're going to do is this right here. You're going to get a few dopamine hits. Now you could take some negative hits and you could get some good dopamine hits, the way people fiend for it. So once you get your first hit of, okay, I made $5,000 in 2 minutes. Okay, I made, whatever amount of money in a few minutes. How do you go back, right? And that was like the mentality change for me. I'm like, okay, now I'm voracious about this. I'm like, okay, I need to really be a part of this. And that's what pushed me to get out of my own way and just go.
All right, I feel that. So how do you mentally recover from a big loss without going like reckless or emotional?
All right, so like FINRA data shows 72% of day traders finish the year down. All right, so the way I recover from a big loss is I have multiple hobbies. So one thing I do is I just go create, I start doing different things with life. I get out of my own mind, right? And then I just take some time off the game and come back. It's like a fishing trip. Go find something else, right? You can relate that to women. If you're speaking to them in a certain manner, change the way you speak and you may get a different result, So that was hopefully sufficient.
Yeah, definitely sufficient.
Yeah.
So then what role does discipline play in the trading process?
Now, usually I will have a book on hand, so the entrepreneur in me is actually mad, but master the discipline on the market. Discipline is I would say it's the infrastructure to how you are making decisions, the infrastructure into how you're going to become extremely profitable, right? Now, you need discipline to handle everything in life in general. So without discipline, what can we actually do? You need discipline to become a better basketball player, discipline to become a better football player, chess, things like that, right? So we relate that right back into trading. And my discipline comes from waking up in the morning at the same time every day. What I started to do before I became profitable was journal every single day, right? Wake up, journal. If I'm winning, I'm writing about it. Okay, well, what am I writing in my journal? I have it broken down into these certain sections, right? So it's like I got my buy. Did I buy or sell in this section? Okay, I bought. What trade did I pair? What trade did I pair? What pair did I trade, or what instrument did I trade, right? So that would be like, Great British Pound, gold, US 30, NASDAQ, whatever that was, that would go in that section. Did I win this trade? Yes or no? was I profitable and how much did I make? So then that number goes there, and then it's this other section, and this is the most important section of that journal, it's the notes. So what we're doing is recanting the trade, what actually happened, and you're walking through the process. I got in at this time, I seen either this sort of occurrence, this pattern, whatever it was in routine that made me want to take that trade, that's what I see and that's what I'm writing down. So after we, like a scientist, right? A scientist is going to conduct multiple experiments, have all of the statistics and data, so he's able to analyze that. And that's basically how, discipline plays a role into it, because now we can see the work. If we can't see the work, out of sight, out of mind. If we can see the work, we can work on it, because we know, okay, well, I was missing 5 trades back here. Okay, well, I wrote down what it was. So now that I look at my winning trades and my losing trades, I can see where I can do better, right? And then obviously just being around a community, being around people who are in that community pushing you and stuff like that, because trading is competitive. People try to act like, oh, we're not competing. No, fuck that. It's competitive. Right? So it's like just having the network around you and stuff, that really sharpens discipline as well to take us to that next level.
So then how do you stay confident after losses without getting overconfident after wins?
Okay, so check this out. So life is all about balance, and trading is all about balance as well, right? So really overconfidence comes from once we go back to the dopamine hit, we can relate it to going to the casino. You go to the casino, you hit, what's the whole goal? Get you in there, get you on the dopamine, get you going. And ultimately, if you don't understand the system, then you're gonna get fucked, right? So the same thing in trading. Okay, cool. We go in here, we're controlling our dopamine, we're controlling, what it is. We won, but this is just one win in the entire system of the garden that we were creating, right? So the goal is to get a consistent amount of wins over and over and over and over and over. If we get high off our own supply, meaning if we're consistently happy about this 1 or 2, we should be happy and we should be joyous. But we also should be disciplined, right? And that's what the discipline comes in. You're good. You made money, cool. Go to sleep. Go draw. Go. For you, Conrad, you filming stuff. Pick up the camera, start shooting your films, man. You know what I'm saying? Just like it gives us the opportunity to do other stuff. Me, I got the custom kicks on. You know what I'm saying? So it's like while the trades are cooking, I'm letting the money do what it's supposed to do. And that's how you stay, not overconfident or really, going to the next level like that. You feel me?
So how do you avoid over trading during high volatility spikes?
Okay, so high volatility would be like news, injection of data, occurrences like that, NFP, stuff like that. So there's 2 ways to play those high volatility spikes. And it's strictly dependent upon your risk factor, what you can stomach, right? So here's what I would say, easy. Now, are we going to go heavy or are we going to go light? And what can you take? And that's what I'm saying. Basically, you want to come in the game with money that you can afford to lose. So if you know you can afford to lose, 10 grand, 20 grand, whatever, and this is what you're playing with, okay, cool. Can you put up 2,000 on the trade, right? Can you put up 10,000 on the trade and you don't feel it in your stomach? Can you put up 5? Can you put up 1? Like, what's the factor that you could put up to where you could feel it in your stomach and be like, all right, cool. That's what's going to be able to help you make like the best financial decisions, the best decisions, and then also is going to be able to help you, take the swings during volatility spikes. Because are we, using the equity inside of the account to take the drag, right? To take the movement, to take the motion. Or are we using and utilizing certain stops or certain areas where we're like, hey, this is all I'm willing to lose, right? So you could play the equity version, or you could play the, I'm going to go ahead and just stop it right here. Okay, if I got, 25 in there, I only want to, on this particular trade, I only want to go ahead and risk 1,000. And that's my stop. I only want to risk, 2,500, and that's my stop. Or you'd be like, nah, I want to float the equity. So I know my risk, but I know when I'm going to go ahead and make that pull. So I'm going to manually control it. So you got your automatic control. Boom, that's like, fucking the chick with a rubber. Then you got your not automatic or your manual control, and that's, you're in the feeling and she's just take it off. You like, you know what I mean? So it's just like, it depends on what type of vibe you want to attract.
So then what mental skill separates winning traders from the rest? Like something you don't see talked about enough?
Well, the first mental skill, I would tell people to go get Trade or Die, the book, right? But then, seriously, but the mental skill would be sharpness, being able to make decisions quick and be able to stick with it without being overstimulated, right? So you can get overstimulated fast inside of the trading world simply because of the numbers. We go from working for money to watching $200 turn into $1,000, turn into $1,500, turn into $2,000, $3,000, $4,000. You're like, yo, what the hell? It's insanity. If you're coming from a different world and then you walk into trading, it's a mind fuck. You know what I'm saying? So it's like the mental skill that's going to separate you is this. It's your relationship with money. How do you think about money? Do you love it, or is it something where you're like, no, I attract this stuff to me, or is it something where you're finicky with it, where you're like, you don't really love the money, and you can put that type of energy out into the universe too. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I'm not gonna say, oh, I don't like money. No, I love it. Why would I not? This is something. It's a resource. It's a way where you can. Well, shit, you need it to eat, right? So the mental skill that separates winning traders from everyone else is just like, it's your fortitude. It's your fortitude. Can you be the boat inside of the tempestuous storm, right? And as it rocks and as it sways and as it flows, can you be the rock and can you be okay? Or are you the guy who needs to run around and, let me just unanchor this shit. Let's try to move, because sometimes it takes the stillness, right, to be able to see. But if you never take that time to check the temperature, right, then what do? We just gonna start driving this bitch, and now we're driving with no GPS. And where does that lead us? In the middle of the ocean? Oh yeah, it's gonna lead us right into demise. So I would say that's what separates like a winning trader from the rest, or just people who are, a bit more profitable than others in the trading, in the financial world from the rest. It's the mentality, man. It's how they think about things. Growing up and just being around certain people, like the relationship that that I had with money was rather different than how I deal with it now, right? See, growing up, we're like, you have this hustle type mentality where it's let me go get it. And then you get around around a different type of society, a different type of social class. And that let me go get it attitude is still with it's still in the diameter of making money, right, per se, but it's a tad bit different. We're more so operating from a survival, and that other social class was operating from something else until I was like, oh shit, that's what it was. It was the freedom. They can think. Yeah, we're thinking, but what are we really thinking about? Thinking about the next bill, thinking about this, thinking about that, so you never really focused, right? And just that's why I'm like, yo, you want to get around that community. And that's what's going to separate, you from the pack. Being around a community of people who inspire you to be better. Okay, they see what you got going on. They see you moving. They see you doing different things. But are they inspiring you to really take it to the next level? Are they, hey, Conrad, hey, Ty, I see what you guys got going on here, but you did 20,000 last month. You did 40,000 last month. You did 100,000 last month. I think you could do 200,000. Matter of fact, man, I think you can do 500,000, right? And those type of people inspire you, putting those thoughts into your head. Well, now they see you as bigger than what you may see you as at that time. So you're like, yeah, shit, maybe I could do 500,000. What does your brain start doing? It starts firing off those neurons, firing off that creativity and creating ways so you can attract that into your life. So once again, I think that would, more so go to the question you asked of, what separates like the winning trader from the losing trader. Mm-hmm. It's the psychology, it's the mindset, right? And that's what it is.
Because my question is one of those where it's like, how does someone stop themselves from staying on the computer constantly? Right?
I understand.
That's what I feel like new traders are going to be able to never leave the screen.
Because they're getting addicted. That's the dopamine.
And it's not just the dopamine, but it's also the worry that they're going to miss out on trades because they're not there.
FOMO.
And then now it's like they don't even feel like they can go get a sandwich.
I understand,
right?
yeah.
So what do you do? How do you handle that?
Okay, so I love that question because that is something that, that a lot of new traders struggle with, and even entry level or even like at the intermediate level. So once again, when I come to the market, there's a few accounts that you can play with. And I speak about this inside the book, right? So you want to open up multiple accounts. You want to have an account where you're scalping in. You want to have an account where you're more like, this is long term, and this other account over here, it just sits and you just don't fuck with it at all, right? So, the two main accounts, you can just keep putting in positions, positions. On your scalpers account, this is something you play with. So set a timer for yourself. Are we trading from 7 o'clock to 9 o'clock? Are we trading from well, 5:30 to 7, 5:30 to 6, like what's the timer? What's the, what are you coming to the market with, right? And once you have the time, once you know what you are coming to the marketplace with, as in time, and you have that in mind, then it'd be easier to get out. I'm only working this thing for an hour. It doesn't matter what I make, it doesn't matter what happens, I'm out within the hour. That was my trading day. And then you have the rest of your day to just do what you want to do. You know what I mean? So that's, when I go back to the whole having different hobbies and things like that, because really without the hobbies, you're going to develop the fear of missing out. You're like, oh shit, like, let me check the money. And that's, but if you're busy, if you're doing things, if you're on set, you're you know what I'm saying? You're filming, okay, I'm here, I'm AC, I'm directing here. It's like, I really don't even have time. I'm on my phone, but shit, before I know it, it's already 7 o'clock. It's 9 o'clock. It's 10 o'clock at night. I started my day at, what do you usually start your day at? Like early, so you start your day early and it's 10 o'clock on set and you're like, oh shit, the whole day has gone by. Now, what's cool about that is during that time, well, depending on how you had your trades, whether you win or whether you lose, it doesn't matter, because what you did was something that most people can't do, which is live life and let the money work for you. Now, even if you're not profitable at that time, you're already moving towards profitability, because shit, you can take yourself off the charts. You can get out of the game.
So I like that. You're talking about have a life is all you're saying, pretty much. Have a life.
Yeah, have a life.
Which is great.
Yeah.
And then wait, to summarize too, you do or you don't leave money on the charts, or do you pull it all out when you're done trading?
When I spoke about having the 3 different accounts, so in those last 2 accounts, those are accounts that you can go ahead and just let the equity accumulate. But that scalper account, you want to be able to play with that. That's the gas money, that's the fun money, that's the hobby money, right? So that's the scalper account, and that's the account that's more so, taking withdrawals out and, running it up, taking the risk.
So that one's taking the risk. Do you have one that's more long-term where you leave money moving?
Yeah.
Okay, so you have one for that.
Yeah.
But like you said before, you're willing to lose money.
Yeah, you have to be.
You have to be okay with it. Like, you already have your other money set aside. Like, I live off this money.
Yeah.
This money's for trading, and if I lose it,
then that's
fine.
what it is. Yes. You have, and that's I believe that's the best way to go about with it. Having a budget. To summarize,
Okay, and so then what broker do you use when you trade?
I love that question. So, so I use AAA-FX. That's one of my favorite brokers, right? Especially right now, they got there's a zero spread. So as soon as you activate you in there. So for you guys who are a bit risky, listen, I like it. I'm a bit risky, but you gotta be. You gotta have iron nuts in this game. Either you're gonna have them or, it is what it is, right? So that's why I like them. And then also, they have multiple account trading types and stuff like that. So that's why I like them, man. That's why I like them. That's why I think they are pretty cool, So
what else?
I don't know. That's our questions.
That's the main questions I had right now.
Okay. Well, listen, the people know we gonna be back. And what's cool is we can also open it to the audience too. So it's like whatever questions they would have.
Yeah. Let people drop some comments and throw questions in there. Anything they want to know about Forex, about AAA-FX. Yeah.
Especially I love charting, right? I love making money. I love trading, but the book I wrote was on trading psychology, and psychology, it's the mentality, it's the mindset that you need to become a progressively better trader. So, that's what I would, if you guys do have questions, that's the type of questions that I would ask me stuff about how to do different brain exercises, or, certain ways to just make the logistics inside of your brain just be able to, handle the industry that you are embarking upon, right? So.
Okay, so the psychology of trading. More so than
that's the heaviest part. It's your psychology is shit. You got the nuts to drop 50 or not?
Right.
Right.
But I like what you're saying though about risk management and because stress is a major thing.
Yeah.
And so if you start to use too much money to trade, then it starts to affect your psychology, because you're going to be stressed about it. It's always going to be on your mind.
Very true.
When you especially when you're on the up and coming side, so you still are trying to make, once you have money to play with, I'm sure it gets more comfortable.
Yes.
But for a lot of people, they feel like they got their hard-earned money that they went out and spent their time
to go accumulate,
earning that money, and now they want to try to grow that money.
Yeah.
But
it's
that's
a
bad
thing.
Feeling when you take the money you earn and you lose it.
Yeah.
And
so
what's your answer for that?
And I love that you see now. Here's the perspective change, and I believe this is going to be I love that you asked that, and this is the shift right here. So let's take it from a loss of money, right, to an investment. And here's the thing, with any investment, it doesn't matter what you invest in. This could be a food bank, this could be a movie theater, this could be, well, anything, right? You can lose money on it. Brand new business, lose money on it, and it can go under. So what it is why people say, well, trading is risky, trading is risky. I say everything is risky, right? So that's why we say, well, don't come to the market with money that you can't afford to lose. So if I know I got this 1,000 for here, I got this 10,000 for here, and this is what it is, my only goal is to not spend the whole bankroll quick. But this, I always say, once it's in the market, is dead bread. Dead bread is, listen, you put the 10 in there, it's in there. It's in there. Let it be what it's gonna be. If you get, I need to take it out, because see, now we're going into a different type of mindset.
Right.
Right. So if we come in here and you got this money, even if it's a band, it's like, okay, cool. I'm comfortable with this.
A question.
Okay.
So, all right, you know how in the stock market, for example, let's say you put some money in it, and stocks go up, they go down.
They do.
Let's say you put $100 in it, for example, and the stock goes down.
Okay.
Maybe your $100 is not $100 now, but that's only if you remove it.
Yes.
Is it the same thing in Forex where you can wait until it's back up, or are you required to remove it? Like, how does it work?
So with Forex, I wouldn't wait for it to come back up, and this is why. Sometimes, well, it depends on, well, what you're trading, the instrument that you're trading, if you're scalping, if you're trading long term, and things like that. So thus the introduction of those multiple accounts, right? So let's talk about the scalper's account right now. Now with that account, I'll definitely be trying to get out quick. I'm trying to leverage my positions, and I'm like, okay, cool. I need to see, what I can do quick. Now, longer term, obviously, we're approaching that different. Yeah, you can take the hits. That's what's going to come with it. You may invest in index funds, and it may be down. But where are you investing? Just recently, right? The whole Donald Trump tariff thing, and like, hey, now is the best time to buy in the market. Everyone should be looking at the market. But what fear does, because they don't understand what fear does, is people, the stock market is crashing. What do we do? We're about to go into another recession. What the media does is, well, listen, if people understand the media and what is to do, then it was doing the exact job. It's the engine. So the media is doing what it's supposed to do, and that's what people are doing. Oh, we're in a recession. Fear, fear, fear. We should sell. We should sell. Okay, cool. Well, if we're selling, I'm saying a community, right? Then who the fuck is buying? And then you start looking at the buyers and you're seeing, well, you've been selling, they're picking up orders at a very vast amount. And when stocks go down, that's priced at discount, right? So what you were insinuating was talking about like index funds and grabbing different stocks and things like that. Now, Forex, the difference is like you're looking at the numbers. So in 10 pips, that $100, if you had a one lot in 10 pips and you're like, oh, I only want to risk $100, boom. If it hit that stop loss, that's what it is. In stocks, you got time to fluctuate. You got opportunities where it can grow back and keep going. But in Forex, you're going to meet your fate much faster. Are we right or are we wrong? Which is cool. Shit, we flip a quarter. Are we right or are we wrong? We get to know if we making this money or not. You know what I mean? So,
got it.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Shit, I know people gonna fuck with this one, man. They gonna be like, yo, bro, because I believe we got dope chemistry. You know what I'm saying? We've been working for shit. How many years, bro? Like 7, 8 years?
So many years.
Yeah, bro. Point. So.
I mean, yeah, at least 7 or 8 years.
Yeah. Crazy projects.
Man, we were working together before COVID. We were working together.
Yeah.
At World on Wheels, which doesn't even exist anymore.
Let's really talk about it. You feel me?
Damn.
Shit, the YouTube saga. You were there during the whole YouTube saga.
Yeah.
Yeah. So. That shit was dope.
Since Fresh Empire.
Yeah. Hey, bro. Hey, that shit go way back. So, hell yeah. And then what's dope is like, man, it's dope to see how you progress too. You know what I mean? Just seeing all the projects and stuff you work on. So like, what's cool is when I be talking shit to people online and stuff and things like that, like they don't even know. Man, listen, we two plugs in Hollywood, y'all. So, yeah, I'll tag Conrad and you guys can check out his work and things like that. But yeah, Conrad's the truth. Conrad's the truth. You feel me? Yeah, tap in. Shit, y'all need some videos. He's doing the video now. He's doing the video now. Shit. So that's the vibe, y'all. So yeah, you got any more questions, or you think they got something where we can go ahead and ask? We can give some game or something.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we gave them as much game as we can, and they can leave as many questions as they want in the comments for next time.
I'm with that.
That way we can really give it straight to them.
Okay, I'm with that. Yeah.
I think that's the best move.
Okay, and then also before we wrap, right before we wrap.
I was about to say, last question. It's a great question. My mom just asked me. If you had to open your book right now,
Yeah.
what chapter would you tell any of your fans to go to?
Chapter 1, I'm calling you out, and and this is why. It's okay, so listen. When I wrote the book and I wrote chapter 1, it's brutal and it's ruthless. And I had to self-reflect in my own self, look in the mirror and be like, hey, this part of my life is good and this part is fucked up. And just come to grips with it. And the hardest thing for people to do, well, check this out. I believe for men, we can take accountability and we see things for what it is. And I'm not, now women, ladies, I'm not saying y'all don't take accountability. Okay, I'm not saying that. What I am saying is that sometimes it may be a little bit hard to face reality, right? This is what it is. For men, that okay, if your body's not up to par, this is what it is. If your life ain't up to par, this is what it is. If this not up to par, this is what it is, and we just have to deal with it. You know what they tell us? You're a man. Deal with it. For women, they're, oh, let me coddle you and just there's always help. Right? So that's why I'm calling you out, because it's like, even for the women, they get a chance to be reflective and just face the mirror. You know? So it's like, okay, shit. Okay, this is what it is. All right. And then now we can get into chapter 2, because now then I understand you, because yeah, I am at this point. This is what's really going on right now. So now, okay, I'm in chapter 2. All right. Shit, we got through that, you know? And now we can actually start rebuilding. So yeah, it's like the breakdown and rebuild. That was a dope question. That was Phenom back there, y'all. So that was a dope question too, you know? So, hell yeah. We did just drop the video. We got the Mad Cause I'm Popping video. I'm about to just edit that, and yeah, it's about to be stupid.
Mad Cause I'm Popping.
Stupid. Yeah, because I be performing and stuff, so it's just like, finally it will have a video to it, you know? And then, well, you guys know, like, we got all the fashion stuff going on. Shit, this is the custom. This is Godspeed, right? And then I don't even know what brand this was. It was dope though. I was like, oh, I like those pants. This is, Tyler Unier. It's custom AF1, so y'all can kind of see, like, you know what I'm saying, the vibes and stuff. And what else?
Are you gonna be making more of those shoes?
Well, I love this style, right? I
Yeah.
don't know if I'm gonna be particularly making this style. If people want them, like, they could just hit me up and I'll, you know, should customize them, whatever vibe. What's dope is, like, they're always gonna come out different, because it's my mood. Like, the palette is usually the same, but how it's customized is just gonna be different per the person.
Well, that's what custom is, you know,
Yeah.
one of one every time. That's kind of dope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but like, you know, this is cool. I just added like bullets and did the back. Like, I did the back, did the spikes, did like this embroidered stitch on the back and stuff. So I guess for one of my hobbies, what people know, because now they're commenting on my fits. People, oh, I didn't know your style. It's like, bitch. Right? Mm-hmm. So it's cool though, because it's like, all right, well, now they get an opportunity to be a part of what we got going on in LA and be a part of the lifestyle, man. People think the lifestyle is just, oh, flash, flash, flash. The lifestyle is just living. Just live, bro. Like, see, if you're spending your time trying to impress everybody else, are you really living? No, because you're waking up, think about this and think about that. Just live. You know, so that's what I'm on now, and that's kind of like, you know, where I'm at.
Yep, I like that.
Hell yeah. So, just a wrap. We good.
I think we good, unless you got anything else, man.
Shit, well, that's pretty cool. Shit.
All right, fuck it.
Hell yeah.